Hello, my loves, and welcome to Jennifer's Open Book, where we don't believe in filters. I am getting an echo. Hopefully, you guys are not hearing that, but we do have a guest today. Before I get to my guest, if you have not already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave comments, let me know what you think of this video, and share this video. Also, go check out some of the other videos, like them, share them, leave comments, let me know what you think. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and also let me know if you have a story to tell. If you want to come on and chat with me, you want to share your story, if you want to talk about some current events, I love to talk. So thank you guys for joining us. We have today Miss Tia Williams. Hi, Tia.
Hi, Jennifer. Greetings, everybody. Wagwan, Jamaica in the house. Hello, 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 hello.
I have already said this to her once. She has such a beautiful voice and a beautiful accent. Tia is also a member of the VIP crew. You guys know that's my visually impaired posse. So the first thing that I like for my VIPs to do is explain to us your visual impairment.
Well, again, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it because this does help. This helps me to meet new people like you, connect, market myself as well as my services, and to as well as build my brand and share my story because my story is what you call a powerful masterpiece. Yeah, because in art, when you're drawing, you create a powerful masterpiece. But in this case, this is a story that when you're listening, it'll have you at the edge of your seat. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy my story. So my visual loss is basically just caused by a doctor due to medical negligence. And this is a famous 1995 case, as well as doctors and lawyers, or should I say lawyers and judges and students in the law faculty use this case to make reference to other medical negligence cases. And um, I was born 6 months before time. So I was supposed to be born in the month of August, but instead I was born in the month of May. Still the best month though, nevertheless. I was a little rough. My father could have hold me, in the palm of my hand. So like, this is my phone. And it's like, so I was like this, one hand. Yeah. So he held me with one hand and I wasn't breathing properly. I was losing breath. My fingers, if you can see my right hand that's waving, it was formed like a web like this. So the doctors would have take a piece of skin off my foot, my right foot, to attach to my hand to break the web so I could write properly. So while that was going on, I'm in the incubator, and there's a special lighting. So think of you in a dentist chair, a doctor's chair, and you're leaning back and the light is like over you. So the doctor allowed the light to seep, in my eyes and damage my left eye completely. So I can't see nothing out of my left eye, just shadow and somebody's hand moving a little light. But I can see colors and people in my right eye, please God. And from there she just ignored, and it's just a sad story. When the nurse told my parents that Mr. and Mrs. Williams, your child can't see properly, I fell out of my mother's hands and landed on her foot or feet, and the nurse caught me. They were just in shock, disbelief,
Mm.
astonished, all the words you can think of. And as such, I didn't go to school for the blind like other blind or visually impaired persons did. I went through a regular school system, and my
Mhm.
who's a teacher still is. She used sandpaper. Now, sandpaper is what the construction workers used to smooth out concrete. So she made all 26 letters out of the alphabet and all the numbers for me to feel because I don't know Braille. Not today, not never, but I really want to know it. But it's going to be a bit of a hard task for me. But I was able to feel the letters of the alphabet and the numbers. And my parents had to invest in big printed books. Um,
Mhm.
Yes, where you had to the lines had to be blown up very big, and as well as personal assistants in Trinidad they call them shadows. So those ladies would come with me to and from school to assist me with assignments, homework, all that stuff. So basically that. Yes.
So the light, those are UV lights, and I know about them. They used one on my nephew. He was jaundice when he was born. He was also born premature. It's amazing how far they've come since even 1995, because he had shades over his eyes under the light. I don't know why they didn't think to do that back then, but they put a shade over his eyes so his eyes were covered under that light. If that light hurts your eyes, of course it's going to hurt the baby's eyes. I don't know why they
Yes.
didn't, you know, think of think of that. I do understand the going to a regular school thing. I did not go to a school for the blind. I know a lot of people who did. And again, it was amazing how long it took. And I think even now, um, blind children who are going to regular public schools are struggling a little bit, but it's something that we should be able to do. We had to improvise. It took a lot of improvising when I went to school, and that's awesome that your teacher even took the time out to do that for you with the sandpaper and everything. It shows how creative that teacher is as well.
Yes. Yes. I thank her today, Mrs. Marcia Lawrence. Sorry, Thompson Lawrence. And, I really appreciate all that she has done because after I left daycare, my parents were like, what are we going to do? Where's she going to go? And then my cousin called him and said, no, come, let her come here. And as such, from I was at, school, infant school, she has taken care of me right up to the fourth grade. And I
Hmm.
love her so much. She's really proud of me, right now, and especially when I just got my degree, it's just amazing. And I thank her and all the teachers as well.
So, what do you have your degree in?
Good question. I have my degree in entrepreneurship, which comprises of a mixture of law and Spanish courses, a little bit of science in it, Caribbean history, but it's a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship. Where I'm taught how to create, innovate that idea. And Jennifer, I tell you, I had a struggle choosing my career path because
Hmm.
my mother asked me, "What do you want to become?" I said, "A dentist." She's like, "What? Are you?" And I'm like, "Yes, I love it. I like to examine people. I like to help people. I like something in the medical field." And then she was just going around the place and telling family members like, "She want to be my dentist. This is crazy." So I began watching Divorce Court. So I said, okay, I tried like to be a judge or a lawyer. And then I started to teach because back in high school, I'm always teaching some subjects. And I'm like, wait, probably should go in teaching. And then there I was still rambling and rambling and rambling. And I'm like, okay. My mother's like, okay, apply for these four faculties and we'll see where you go. Because at high school in Jamaica and the Caribbean, we have what is called CXE, Caribbean Examinations Council, where you do these exams to attend college or university or get a job. And I did that. Again, I had a hard time choosing my subjects, but I did it and I got all my grade ones and my grade twos. I didn't stop there. I went to grade 12 and 13. We call it sixth form to go to university. And I also went to quality academics to pursue some courses in law. And there I go, I did it. I passed those courses as well. So my mom said, okay, apply to these four faculties: language and linguistics, entrepreneurship, marketing, something else, and something else. So I applied for all four, and girl, I got through for all four. But
Wow.
yes, one day I was somewhere in the house and I heard my father screaming, "Ah!" I'm like, Daddy, why are you screaming? You got it for university. I'm like, oh my god. And then it was just a real different background. So I was there stuck at some point choosing which faculty should I go in. And okay, let me do entrepreneurship because all of the faculties that I applied for, their courses in entrepreneurship batch, except for some math courses, which got me frustrated. I'm getting there, folks. I'm getting there. Hang tight. So during my first year, I did accounts. I passed accounts, the basic accounting, so I can help myself with balance sheet, income statement, because you're in a business, you have to know those, right? And
Mhm.
I did that perfectly fine. But before that, it was time for me to say goodbye to my personal assistant because, as I said earlier, my parents employed shadows. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to cope now? This is where I was self taught now during university years. So I went to this, no, somebody told me about the Office of Student Services and the Society for the Blind. So I went to the student services. I met Miss Cardoza, who is the admin assistant, or should I say Mrs. Cardoza Cameron now. Um, I met her there and she told me about the office. How would I get help? So at that office, you receive volunteer assistance to and from classes. You get your notes written down, you get your notes recorded, you do your exams there, you get an additional extra hour to do your exams. Um, it's just a home away from home. That's where I met lots of blind persons. I learned how to be independent. I learned how to use my white cane. That's a story by itself.
Mhm.
Backtrack a teensy weensy bit. Back in grade nine, the ninth grade, I needed to learn how to use the computer. And that's where my mom met someone from the school for the blind. And she sent a blind person to my house during the summer holidays to teach me how to use the computer and how to use the shout out to the iPhone. And
Right.
well, first I had an Android at the time. Yes, the Android coming right up. And then I decided to move to the iPhone. Again, shout out to the Android and the iPhone. But I learned that and look at me now. Computer savvy, podcasting, all that's how we're getting to that, folks. But I learned how to use the computer and that's how I type my notes. Um everything. No, to the pain. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to tell you what I really think is amazing. I keep on hearing you mention your parents. It sounds like your parents they were a great support system for you.
We're getting to that. Oh, hang tight, folks. Hang tight. We're getting to that. But for the white cane, I'm like, Mommy, I'm not using a white cane. Forget it. She's like, No, you're going on a bigger environment. You need to use your white cane. You're gonna face for the pedestrian crossings, cars, everybody. So I'm like, okay, fine. So there were many blind persons on the campus teaching me how to use the white cane. I'm like, forget it. And at one point, my father was picking me up from campus at night because I had late classes at nights. And I didn't use my white cane. I'm like, "Psh, whatever." And then I was walking on the steps like a pretty little girl. And then I fell in a trench.
Oh no.
A trench. And I hurt my chest right here. I hurt my heart. And I couldn't
Mhm.
2 days. I couldn't go to university for 2 days. I had to stay home, relax, and take it easy. And I cried. I'm like, whoa, wow. What I realized is that Jennifer and folks, I realized is that when I go through an experience, I have to blog about it. I have to write about it. I have to think about it. I have to self-evaluate. I'm like, oh wow, I fell in a trench. And then from that, boom, white cane, white cane, white cane. So anywhere I go, the hairdresser, anywhere I go, white cane. I give you a quick scenario. I was on campus walking on my business, and some friends from high school like, why are you using that? You didn't use a white cane back in high school. Put away that stick. I said, no, that was high school. This is now. Like it or not, this is my tool. This is my personal assistant, which is free. Yes, which is free with a big wheel or ball or tip, whatever you call it, at the bottom of it. So like they frowned, they didn't like it. I'm like, okay, bye, see ya. And then could you believe that everybody just like, oh wow. just help her out. And then nobody calls me by my first name, not even lecturers. They call me the diva. I was going through some situations, and one of those blind guys said, you should be called a diva." I'm like, "Why?" Because D, you're determined. I, you're independent. V, vibesy, and awesome at what I do. And independent means that I was self-taught. I was
Mhm.
taught myself by my peers how to do things at a late stage.
Mhm.
So everywhere, Diva, Diva. Oh hey, what's up, Diva, Diva. Like, "All right, calm down, y'all, calm down. Just me." So I just got that popularity. There are many people who are popular, but I don't allow it to get the best of me. I'm just simple. That's my tagline, my business tagline: simplicity,
Mhm.
best thing. That's just me. Yes.
So you mentioned the diva, and I wanted you to mention that. I'm so glad that you did because that's taking us into our next topic, which is the Miss Blind Divas contest that you're entering. I'm so excited about that.
Well,
So can you tell us a little
sure.
bit about that?
Shout outs to Miss Crystal Allen, founder of the Eyes Like Mine Incorporated. She was and still is a client of mine, and a good friend of mine. And she told me about the competition, and I'm like, I'm not entering that. Nah, she's like, you should. I'm like, but it's only catered to people in the US. She's like, no, it's my thing. I could change it. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I entering. I'll be entering the competition. Excuse me. I'll be entering the competition, and I'll be the first person from the Caribbean to enter. Now, I'm just not entering for entering's sake. I'm entering to boost the Caribbean, to boost
Mhm.
our ladies who are VIP. Because in the Caribbean, Jennifer and folks, it's hard to get jobs. It's hard to maintain a good reputation. It's hard to get access, whatever, banking, help, ATM, food, jobs, anything. It's hard to get access. And as such, there are very few persons like myself, are advocating for persons with special needs on the whole. And I said, you know what, let me enter to boost the Caribbean. So I'll be entering. As soon as more details are given, I'll share it with Jennifer so you guys can look out.
Yes, please. And I want you to come back and talk about it. I want you to tell us
I will
what's
be
going
doing
on in
that.
that competition. I want to get a few other people who are going to be in the contest. I'm going to talk to Miss Crystal Allen about that. And I'm actually going
Yes.
to have her come on soon. She is amazing. You mentioned her. I think she is very
She
amazing.
is.
And this pandemic actually helped her take off. She this did not hold her back. She really took off, and I'm don't want to spend your time talking about Crystal,
Yes.
but she has done she does great things for the blind community in general, not just where she is, not just locally, but all over the world. I was gonna say country, but all over the world because she's hitting the Caribbean. So
Hey, and she
yeah,
knows somebody from Jamaica. Somebody is from Jamaica. So I'm like, what? Because when I released her podcast, a friend of mine was like, hey, you know Crystal. I'm like, of course I know Crystal. You know Crystal? I'm like, he's like, yeah, I know Crystal. I'm like, oh my God. Small world.
yeah. So Crystal
Yeah.
Allen is going to, if she's not already, she's going to be a household name. You're going to hear that name a lot.
Yes.
You're definitely going to hear the name a lot here. So you have a podcast. Tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Wow, good question. Podcasts and business. Let me put that into one because back in 2018, 19, I was about to wrap up university and I'm like, God, what am I going to do? Because I've applied to so many places. They refused us. Let me just mention that there are persons before me, Jen, who have their degree and masters and they're VIP. They can't find a job because what?
Hmm.
Us. So why should I end up in that category? Which I did. I said, okay. I did courses on non-profit organizations and profit organizations. research, marketing research, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, let me put my parents' money to good use. So, which is the tuition money, that is.
Mhm.
So, back in 2018, I researched, I spoke to musical artists, composers, journalists, the public. And my mentor, which I want to introduce to you and for you to interview him, Mr. Wilbert Williams. He is 81 and his podcasts are like, whew.
Wow.
So he was and still is my mentor. He mentored me back and still doing so. And he's like, go do podcasting. So I checked out a couple of podcast sites. Podcasting, is, well, was free, but no, it's a paid thing because really and truly companies are now looking into podcasts. Radio stations are, or should I say, podcasts and radio stations are basically competing against each other. Trust me. And even technology companies are investing in podcasts. Why? Quickly. I went to Clubhouse rooms, or I was a Clubhouse moderator of the Blind Man's Breakfast Bar, which you can find every Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern, where we get you up in the mornings, put pep into your step, you know. So
Mhm.
people like Be My Eyes, um, I forgot, Freedom Scientific, they came into Clubhouse. We just started talking and talking and talking. And they said, hey, Tia, if we can partner with you to get our products out there, boom. And other podcasters, what's his name? Steven something from the uh, podcast in Canada, Toronto, Canada, I forgot it, but Steven, yes. So we podcasters are building our brand, right?
Mhm.
I was there creating my product and I was there launching out in 2019, June 7th. And I approached Mr. Dennis Sumlin, another great person when I put you on to interview. He gave me free spaces, a free space to come on his radio station, to launch out. And I thank Mr. Gary Cameron as well, you know, and it was just amazing. And I was growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing till I also landed on the UK, DJ Ray, Dodge Radio, yes, Caroline Radio in California, uh, Trinidad and Tobago, High Energy FM, all those stations um, really reached out to me and partnered with them. And to the point where I started my business now in terms of voice training. You mentioned I have a beautiful voice. Thank you. I really do. Um, public speaking. So I do public speaking, motivational speaking services, podcasting services in terms of if you want to launch a podcast, courses, certified elevator pitch trainer. I just got my certification for that. In that, I learned how to become a certified elevator pitch trainer. In that, you have to know different methods of how to approach a guest, sponsor, all that stuff, all that stuff. So you want me? I'm your girl. I got it. Come to me for a free discovery call for 30 minutes, and then we get into the services and all that stuff, even promotions, interview guys. If you want to be on the show to promote your product or service, I have a special discount for you. But you have to type in the subject heading Jennifer underscore book. If you don't type that, then sorry, no discount for you. But if you type in underscore book in the subject heading of the email, then we will work that out. And my business is called Creative Minds Business Development Services. KREATIVE Business Development Services, where we cater to all your podcasting needs, your audio production needs, your voice box needs, you build, you want to build your brand, build you out, let's go, let's talk, let's connect. So although my target audience is persons with special needs, but you, anybody, come on, let's talk, let's connect. I want to hear from you. I want to help you build your brand. Shout out to my manager, Mr. Sidney Thorpe, another legend. I want to introduce you to, he's blind. He was one of the first out of three blind guys to introduce Skype to Jamaica, radio
Mhm.
Jamaica, blind folks. You know, he's awesome. And I thank him very much for his time and his managerial skills. Yeah. So send me an email, and Jen will put up in the link, in the YouTube link.
I will,
Creative.
and I want you to give everyone your email address, and I'm also going to put it in the comments, and I'm also going to post a link to your podcast in the comments. So let everybody know where they can find you.
All right. So my email is creativeminds.ja@gmail.com. That's KREATIVEMINDS .ja@gmail.com, with the special subject heading called Jennifer_book, BOOK. Yeah. Also, you can find me on Twitter, Creative Minds underscore, on Instagram, Creative Minds underscore JA, as well as Facebook, Creative Minds underscore JA. What else? What else? You can find my podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and more. And the podcast is called Culturama with Diva. That's KULCHARAMA space with WITH Diva, DIVA. And guys, I'm going to be moving from Anchor to a new podcast platform. So you guys will be notified soon as well. My big meet and greet event is coming up. And we're going to put Jennifer on there as well. Hello.
Well, thank you.
I'll be launching my YouTube page and my website. I just did an Instagram live on taking your time, real quick. You're going to be like, why are you just launching out? People, listen, in a business, you have to take your time and build your brand.
Mhm.
I'm going for 2 years strong, but I have to build my brand and take my time. If I rush, it's not gonna come out smooth. But take your time, build your brand, build out you. YOU. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tia. I have enjoyed talking to you. And like I said, I'm going to post your link in the comments. You guys go and check her out. Um, if you are wanting to start your own podcast, go ahead and check her out. Shoot her an email. So I'm going to put all of that in the comments. I think you are amazing. I'm watching you. I'm looking at you. I'm just started out, and I like to learn as much as possible. So I would most definitely be in touch with you as well. You guys have joined me here at Jennifer's Open Book on YouTube and Facebook. You can also find me at Jennifer's Open Book on Instagram. On Clubhouse, it's under Jay's Open Book. And on Twitter, it is Jay's Open Book. So you guys know where to find me. If you're spelling Jennifer, spell it right. JINNERFER apostrophe S open book. Thank you guys again. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. Let Tia know what you think. If you have any questions for her that you want to leave in the comments, go ahead and leave those there, and I will make sure that she gets those questions and we get those answers back to you as well.
Before we go, please, my fans have been asking me to send a shout out, but guys, I can't everybody because I have to work with Jennifer's time. But shout outs to Amy Bolivar, Jennifer herself, Cheryl Minette, my sisters, love you guys, my parents. Oh yeah, yeah, my parents, my grandparents, all my fans, my friends, my sponsors, Aaron and Saddam. Love you guys, love you guys, love you guys, everybody. Camille Richardson, Crystal, everybody, and my parents. They have been a tower of strength despite disagreements, but I thank them very much for their help, their love, and support. And there were times when my father, who is a real busy man, assists me in the classes, the math classes at nights when I can get a volunteer. He would come up in his vehicle and drive and assist me in the classes, those math classes, because I failed those math courses umpteen times. And I said, girl, I'm not giving up. And the low accessibility I got, I had to use it up wisely, and boom, I passed those courses. Talking about financial management, statistics. Oh my God, it's over. That's it.
That
Bye, y'all.
That is amazing. You know what, I love supportive families. There's so many of us who don't have families to support us. So if you have that, it's a wonderful thing, and really we should all appreciate that. I'm gonna have Tia come back and talk to us, especially after she goes into the blind diva competition. We want to talk about that, and we can talk a little bit more about her life and everything. So that is going to be coming up soon, you guys. So stay tuned. Thank you again for joining me today. Until next week, I love you. Bye.
Bye, folks.